Let's talk about the two signings that Kaizer Chiefs are looking to bring in January. Let's also talk about the advice that Kingston Nkatha has given to Ranga, and there are some good news as well for Kaizer Chiefs. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Amakhosi Football Club, right? Let's get into it. Oswin Appollis. So the situation with Oswin Appollis is in such a way that, hey, Oswin Appollis was wanted by Kaizer Chiefs in the transfer window that we just came from, and the person was supposed to negotiate with teams. The chairman of Polokwane City switched off his phone. Yeah, literally, he did that. Did not want to be in contact with anyone else. But now there are talks that Chiefs wanted to go back in right now in January. But now there are new talks or things that are surfacing. For example, the fact that he's wanted by teams in North Africa. We know that. But now there's also talks that, hey, since he's performing so well in Bafana, he's also now wanted in Europe. I read the story on the Sowetan. And when I read things like that, like he's wanted in Europe, he's wanted in North Africa, that to me always sounds like this is a work of someone who's just trying to inflate the price of the player. And in doing that, they want Chiefs to pay more because they're going to be like, hey, listen, he's also wanted in Europe. Okay, let the people in Europe get him then. Because the last thing I want is this thing of agents inflating the price tags of players. Because right now, if you look at the market value of Oswin Appollis, it's 11 million rands. But because there's now this foreign interest in him, then that means his price will just go up to 25 million. But what do you guys think? Do you think the Chiefs should still go out and sign Appollis? Let me know on the comment section. Which brings us to Feisal Salum. Who is this guy? In case you do not know who this guy is, well, now you will know him. So he's currently playing for Azam. We talked about him having scored 19 goals last season. And mind you, he's just an attacking midfielder who's also just a central midfielder. And we've talked about how Kaizer Chiefs have problems in midfield. And if you can bring someone, add more quality in that position, that would be a huge W. The problem is that team, Azam, is also reportedly looking for around 20 to 30 million. Now, remind me, maybe it's me who forgot, but I don't remember Kaizer Chiefs paying that kind of money for any player. Maybe it would be a change for him, right? They might go get him because, let's be honest, since Nabi arrived at Kaizer Chiefs, things have been happening differently, things that we've never thought would see happening. So I wouldn't say they wouldn't do this, but do you guys think that he is worth 20 to 30 million rands? Let me know in the comments. While we're here, let me know, why have you not subscribed? Nah, do not let me know why you haven't subscribed. Just subscribe to the channel so that I can reach 50,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Danko, and if you have subscribed, just like the video and share it with your friends. That will also help me reach more people. Now to the good news before we talk about the not so good news. Honolo Matlo is back training with the team. Yay! Right? Let's be happy because think about it. Shabalala is doing a good job as a 10. But one other thing that we've been complaining about, a lot of people at Kaizer Chiefs, as Kaizer Chiefs fans, is the fact that, hey, actually, Umatlowu is injured right now, but he could come in and give us something. People are complaining about that in midfield, there are problems. But if you have Umatlowu, who can play as a deep lying playmaker and help Usam Geluzwane with collecting, and we know the boy is quite aggressive in winning the ball back and also just working hard. So if you can't find a space playing as a 10, he can be dropped much deeper to actually compete for that 6 role, because it seems like there's still competition. Abo Castillo are playing champagne passes here and there, but then sometimes people are like, he's not performing that great. So having Umatlowu back, it also just adds more competition and it gives Unabi more options as well. Speaking of players who have come back, here is another one. Tebogo Potsane, yay! Also seen in training today. He's looking sharp. He's looking like he is ready for war. And Vele in his position right now, or the position that he usually plays in, it's either Dube or Umfanagazana Loga Sereno playing in that position. So it's the same thing that I was saying with Matlow. You can never have enough players, right? Because on top of the fact that we want to compete and we want to have as many options as possible in one position, the other thing that we need is just depth, right? Because players do get injured, and the last thing you want is for you to not like be getting upotsane to play and get used to how to play under Nabi, and then one day when Sereno, God forbid, like he was injured in a few weeks ago, then you don't know who you're gonna put in his position. So having options is very important for Kaizer Chiefs. Now, while we're here, let's also talk about the fact that Kaizer Chiefs have drawn Mamelodi Sundowns in the League Cup. And people were asking me, hey Mpilo, what are your thoughts on Kaizer Chiefs drawing Mamelodi Sundowns on the League Cup? I'll tell you what I think. I think Kaizer Chiefs would have won the previous match if it wasn't for Ranga missing 25 chances, if it wasn't for Utupri also missing his own 1v1 with the goalkeeper, if it wasn't for the referees causing Sundowns to win or letting Sundowns win. Chiefs would have easily won that game. So what do I think about Sundowns? I think Unabi has a plan for Sundowns. I think I am not scared of Sundowns. So if you ask me again, what do you think Kaizer Chiefs will do against Sundowns? I will tell you. Chiefs is going to win against Sundowns and they're going to the semi-finals of the League Cup. Bookmark this. Yeah, I said it. Now, let's move on to the thing that is very important. Kingston Nkatha has given an advice to Ranga Chivaviro. In fact, he did not just give him one advice, but he gave him 4. So basically, I can say this again and say, Kingston Nkatha has given 4 advices to Ranga Chivaviro. Well, he would be the right person to do that now, wouldn't he? Because if you think about it, he's the same guy who was getting booed by Kaizer Chiefs fans a few years ago, and now Ranga Chivaviro is receiving the same treatment. The first thing that he obviously says is that, yeah, it does make you feel like you are not important to the team as you are being booed by the fans who are supposed to be supporting you. And yes, I agree. That shouldn't be happening. Fans shouldn't be booing their own team, right? Their own players. That's number 1. But number 2, he then says that, but Ranga must also understand that the coach is the one who picks him. Right? Because if it's according to the fans, they wouldn't even be picking Uranga. But it is the coach who picks him because he knows what he brings to the team. So he says that he should not be concerned about what the fans are saying, but instead focus on the fact that the coach is selecting him. Good advice. Number 3, he says that the fact that the fans are booing him also means he's doing something wrong and he shouldn't be fighting the fans. Instead, he should go to the mirror and say, what am I doing wrong, and fix it, because he knows. I checked on SofaScore. I think he has missed like 8 big chances so far this season. So that's a big thing. He could have 10 goals right now, but he has like 3 or 4. And then he says that the other thing that he must know is that fans have favorites. And is he lying? Fans, some people just love Utupri. And when they see Ranga not doing what they expect him to do, they're like, why is this one playing? Because Dupri can do much better. But Dupri also misses chances. But people don't care about that because they just want their Dupri to start. So Ranga, I agree with what Nkatha is saying. Focus on what the coach is telling you to do. Focus on working on getting better. And forget what the fans are saying. Because I will tell you what, half of the people who go to stadiums, sometimes when I go to the stadium, I see that some of them are even drunk. Right? So if you are going to say you are going to fight 30,000 people, but 10,000 of those people are drunk, I know I just dropped it to 30%. You are just fighting a war that you're not going to win. So please listen to Kingston Nkatha. He's been through this. But what do you guys think about all of this? And have you subscribed to the channel? Subscribe and help me reach 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoy.